Bonjour, je m'appelle Christos, and I'm here again in beautiful, very grey Montreal. Now, a lot of people have differing opinions on French Canada. I've heard some people call it the white trash of Canada, but I personally think it's amazing. If you ever want to go to a European city without having to visit Europe, come to Montreal. Now, if you remember, I was here last year with you guys teaching you how to be French Canadian, and the audio turned out non buen, as they would say here. So I'm here to recreate that tutorial to teach you all the best things about being French Canadian. Let's go. Now we're here in Montreal's Chinatown district. You can tell by the gate and the cool statue that this is a really nice area. So, you know, if we take a walk here into the business part of town, we can see what's up in Chinatown. There was that one movie, like, you know, this is Chinatown or something. There was that actor from The Shining. What's his name? It'll come to me. He played Jack Torrance. God, I honestly can't remember his name, but he was in that movie, and he was like Chinatown. And that's not this Chinatown. That was another Chinatown, but it's that same Chinatown. Now, you know, what makes Montreal's Chinatown different from San Francisco's or New York's is there, you know, they speak two languages. They speak Chinese and they speak English. But no, here they speak Chinese and then they speak French. Two languages which I cannot speak. So it's really fun going in and trying to buy items. And let's keep going. The best thing about shops in the Chinatown district is the wide plethora of options they have available for you to buy. As you can see, they have plenty of spices, sauces, and seasonings right here. Up top they have plenty of noodles, and then just down here they have all sorts of different foods. You know, you look over here, you have all sorts of different candy from, you know, all over. You have your fruity stuff, your sweet stuff, all sorts of good stuff. And look, they even have a full featherless chicken. You know, warning, that's a little, it's a little bit odd to look at, so sorry if that is disturbing to you, but I am too, so let's go on. Here we are in front of Montreal City Hall. It's a very nice building, very old building, but not quite as old as this bad boy right here. This was the original wall that was built around Montreal, the ancient city, back in, like, probably, you know, historians will say 1600s, easily like 200 BC, you know? They really underestimate the power of the old French, because when you look at it, the old French came over to Canada, they built their tall ships, they probably had a croissant, something like that. They came over here and they made these big fortified walls, this big fortified city, and look at the French now. They can't even go 10 days in a war without surrendering. So, you know, if there's one thing we've learned from old Montreal, it's that the old French need to be more like, or the new French? Yes, the new French need to be more like the old French, the brave warriors of old, the baguette croissants, as they were called, instead of, you know, the silly new French. The Canadians are cool, though. I like Canadians. They're nice, you know. They've got good architecture. If you notice, I'm dressed a little heavier than I was before, and that's simply because in Montreal, you have to dress for two things: the weather and success. If you'll notice, it's pretty chilly out here. You've got the nice, I think that's the St. Lawrence River. I'm gonna get away from it. The water terrifies me. But, you know, you have to dress really warm because it gets insanely cold here. It's 30 degrees, and that's in Fahrenheit, freedom units, not commie Celsius units. Don't use those. So, you know, it gets really cold here. You have to be ready for that. But you also have to dress for success. You don't see me out here in a like Antarctic expedition park or anything. No, I've got a nice overcoat, London Fog, great company. I'd love a sponsorship, London Fog. If you're watching, please give me a ring-a-ding. I'll help if you guys sponsor me. But you know, you have to dress nice, you have to dress well, and more importantly, dress warm. The key to surviving in French Canada is knowing at least a little bit of French, or as you say in German, ein bisschen French. Now, the reason is because a long time ago, French came here. They founded French Canada. I believe I went a little over this when we were outside City Hall. But you know, they came over here and they spoke French because they're dumb in French. And you know, the British took over the rest of Canada, but French Canada still had their own little Canada. So there's some things you should know. Hello is bonjour. That's basic French right there. Goodbye is au revoir. If you want to say thank you, that's merci. Make sure to really over accent it. Like, don't say merci, say merci. Get it just really like from the throat. You want to make it sound like you're some French person who's just been smoking a pack of cigarettes a day for the past 20 years. All you drink is wine, all you eat is cheese. That's how you want it to sound. So just bonjour, merci, au revoir, stuff like that, you know? If you don't sound really French, no one's gonna believe you, and they'll probably like just say sorry, eh, or something like that. So let's keep going. When traveling in Montreal, you need to be able to get around. Now, most big metropolitan cities, there is a metro, of which there is in Montreal. Now, you go ahead, buy your ticket. This put me back $3.25 Canadian dollars. That's really cheap in American dollars. So what you do is you go ahead, you put it in the machine. It'll turn green. The ticket pops out. You take it, and you go through. Now, at this point, you have to go ahead, walk down to your metro station. Make sure you know which metro you're taking. I believe I should be getting on the right metro, but at this point, if you get on the wrong one, it's okay, because this ticket can get you all around the city as long as you don't go back through those little barriers. So the key here is also staying safe. If you'll notice, there's this yellow barrier here at the edge. What you want to do is don't step on it, because if you're stepping on it, it means you're standing way too close. You risk the possibility of falling onto the rails, and if you fall onto the rails, that's not good, because then when the metro comes by, you know, then you get run over by the metro, which is not the key, not what you want to do when riding the metro. So we'll go ahead, wait here for a minute for the metro to come. First before you go on, because that's the polite thing to do. So go ahead, let them come off. There are not many people coming off now. Let's continue our French-Canadian adventure. The key with going out in Montreal is you actually have to go out. You have beautiful stuff like this. It's the Notre Dame. It's not the actual one. It's a recreation. You have this guy over here, he's playing guitar. He sounds pretty good to me, as it's say in French Canada. Pretty good, because they also speak English. Yeah, this nice little plaza here. This is the kind of stuff. This is what you need in French Canada, in Montreal. None of this silly sit in your hotel room watching videos about how to explore French Canada. No, you need to actually go out there and see it for yourself. You have to do stuff like this. Now, hopefully you've enjoyed the time we've spent together through my little excursion in Montreal, and frankly, if you've never been, I highly recommend it. It feels a lot like a European city, except it's in North America, so for a lot of people it's that much more accessible. So, you know, if you've never been, I highly recommend going. If you have been, I hope that you've looked back on this and said, yes, that's exactly how... Jack Nicholson, that was the guy's name in Chinatown. Oh! I don't know how I forgot that. Okay. It was Jack Nicholson. He was the one in Chinatown. Okay. So yeah, hopefully you've... God, I cannot believe I forgot that. Jack he's such an iconic actor. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm such a schmuck. Let's just yeah, so, you know, hopefully you've enjoyed Canada. It's a nice place. Great country. French Canada, Quebec, in my opinion, favorite province. Montreal, beautiful city. Yours and forever, Christos. Hi, my name is Christos from Toasty Tutorials. I'm here with the Triple Threat curling team from Winnipeg, Manitoba, right? Yeah! Alright, what do we got to say, guys? Like and subscribe! Alright, high five, guys! You guys rock.